Hi everyone, my name is Marissa Andrus and this is my home energy audit project. So this is a picture of my home, and I live in a 5-bed, 5-bath house in Victoria, Minnesota that was built in 1997 and is 3,967 square feet, and right now it's just me, my mom, and my dad living there. So a little background, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, a single-family detached home in the Midwest on average uses about 40,000 BTU per square foot. So I took the square footage of my house and multiplied it by that number and got the amount of BTUs that is used in my house and multiplied that and got the converted that into kilowatt hours and learned that according to the BBE, my single family detached home should use about 46,737 kilowatt hours per year. A little more background about energy consumption. Single family detached homes, on average, 46% of that energy used comes from space heating, 17% comes from water heating, 8% comes from air conditioning, 5% comes from refrigeration, and 3% in lighting. So for my audit, I measured my laptop charger, air freshener, space heater, TV, light bulb, air dryer, desktop computer monitor, and my lamp. So here are a couple comparisons between researched wattage that I found on the internet and the wattage that I measured from these items. These were ones that I was able to easily find accurate information, just to compare between the average wattage and the wattage that I measured. And here's my weekly log that I kept Monday through Sunday, and then the right column is the averages of those. And so for my calculations, for constant power sources like my laptop charger, I use that for about half an hour a day. So I took that number and multiplied it by the wattage that I measured and got 25.83 watt hours on. But since this was constant power, I measured the phantom power and it had a power of 0.04 watts. So I took that and multiplied that by 23.46 hours a day that it was off and added those two watt hours on and off numbers together and got 26.77 watt hours a day total for the laptop charger. I also measured for a variable power source, my desktop computer monitor. So I had it running for 30 hours and I measured that and it was 19.98 watts, and so I divided that by 30 hours and got 0.6 watts, and then multiplied that by 24 hours and got 15.84 watt hours per day. So here's my overall table that shows the wattage, on, off, hours per day, etc. And as you can see, the total at the bottom is 1.19 kilowatt hours per day total with all of these 8 appliances, and 35.75 kilowatt hours a month total. As you can see, the space heater used a lot of energy, as well as the TV. Those were my two biggest energy sources. So in summary, I used 35.75 kilowatt hours a month and multiplied that by 12 to see what I would use for a year between these appliances, and I got 429 kilowatt hours per year. And so that is a very small percentage of the 46,737 kilowatt hours that I measured in the beginning of this project for the background. So that showed that the appliances I measured were pretty small compared to everything else in my house. So in summary, things I would change if I could do this again, I would definitely measure larger appliances that use more energy, like a refrigerator. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to my refrigerator plug, but that would have been interesting to measure bigger appliances. And I'd also measure more variable power sources because I only did one. I learned that many appliances do not produce phantom power. I was surprised about this. I also learned that appliances that produce heat, like the hairdryer and space heater, use a lot of energy. And I learned it's important to turn devices off, like TVs and computer monitors, when they're not in use, because those do have the phantom power that will add up over time. And the appliances I measured only account for a small amount of my home's overall energy consumption. So here's my reference list, and thank you for listening.